Before you go out and raise rents to the absolute maximum market level, consider what I'm going to say here for the next few minutes. I think it may offer some perspective. I'm Chris Robinson, the Apartment Geek videos and the program, and today I want to talk about kind of something that I keep hearing in the marketplace, and I think it's larger than a San Diego thing. Obviously, that's where we're based out of, but I think this goes out to the state, maybe even to other places around the country as well. And it's basically rents are softening over the last 1 or 2 years. We're not able to get the rents we are today that we were getting 12, 24 months ago. And very, I'm hearing like more and more of this to the point where we're doing this episode about it. And what I want to kind of point people towards is, and there's always this, I'm kind of seeing this trend where people are trying to get this top level market rent for whatever the type of unit is. And that works in an environment where you're going to refinance the property and you have to manipulate the NOI and to try to get the highest appraised value from the bank so that you can get the biggest loan possible, et cetera. We've talked a lot about that. That's that refinance game that works really well. The kicker now is that rates are higher. So I'm not seeing many investors where this is applicable, where they're really trying to kind of max out the NOI just to pull out or trying to pull out proceeds. There's just not as much of that opportunity right now. So I think there's people caught in this pattern of like trying to get these top level rents. And what I'm seeing is if you don't get the rent that you're trying to get, say it's $2,500 for a 2-bedroom unit, and say a Chula Vista, for example, within 4 or 5 days, you should have a pretty clear picture with literally 4 or 5 days. So if you're not getting that, drop the rent right away. If you miss one, and I'm dealing with this with kind of internal management from my personal perspective, if you miss 1 month, that's $2,500, which is a chunk of money. If you lower the rent $100, $200, you're going to quickly notice where that striking price is. It's just if you're it's the simple, it's supply and demand. It's just going to the market with, a carton of oranges, and this is the price. And if you start too high, right when you get to where that market value is, you're going to get customers that are going to come buy your product. There's no difference with the services of offering housing. So be on it. And if you're not getting that number, take it down, because then you're going to lose $200, $300. You will a month, but you can always increase the rent in a year. We've got the rent control now, but you can take that rent up. 10% on $2,500 is $250. So now you're kind of back to that, kind of where your goal was in the first place. And a lot of people are, again, complaining that rents have gone down. And I started really looking at this and talking to people. There's no more free money. So the whole COVID money handouts from the government have stopped. That's trickled down and I think is impacting things. Inflation is so high. I mean, I was at the market, a high-end grocery store the other day, $3.79 for an avocado. That blew my mind. So everything's expensive. So residents are staying put. They're getting roommates. They're staying with their parents longer. They're figuring out options to where they don't have to go pay these huge numbers. And what we're seeing is this kind of softening across the scope of rents. ADUs. So we talked a lot about accessory dwelling units, granny flats. A lot of people are building these all over the place, from Solana Beach, where I live, to, all over the place. And that, I think we're getting to a point where that's increased some supply into the market, where tenants now can go rent these other places that have come online. That's a supply issue. We have new construction, which also adds to the supply. Granted, most of that is higher end living, brand new modern stuff that's going to be expensive. However, there are some affordable housing projects, a lot more in town that I've been seeing go up. And there's some that are slated in very nice parts of town that are getting approved, where now you've got affordable housing in desirable places to live. So I think that's impacting things. And I think it's gonna be something where, we're gonna see kind of a flat rental market for some time. And again, if you're not getting that number that you want, lower it quickly, because if you waste time, then you really you're addicted to trying to get that top level rent. You're going to lose out on a lot more money over the long haul. And in this business, it's all about money now, cash flow now. What can I produce now, this next month? Unless you're really having to try to get that value up through some sort of bank value, then I kind of understand. Then this kind of goes to the wayside. But hopefully that helps with kind of your take with your properties, your management. If you like these, let me know, subscribe, like them, send them to family, friends. We're getting super good feedback from the community. And this is kind of reaching out to more people around California and out of state, which is really exciting. So until next time, be well.